What's up everyone, Mr. Fox here with a new video. Today we're going over my tried and true 7 tips to get you to infinite in just over 8 minutes. If you like the content, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. But anyways, let's get into it. Step 1. Choose your best competitive deck. Feel free to go to Untapped GG for Marvel Snap or go to snap.fan to find what decks are circulating around the meta. You want to pick a deck that you have at least 3 of the combo cards. I'll tell what those mean later. And it's getting in the preferably upper 50%, 60% win rate. Once you pick your deck, your competitive deck, take it over to Conquest, play a couple of practice rounds in a low stakes, low pressure environment, and then start your road to infinite. No matter what, if you are producing good results with this deck, don't change, don't go on to another deck. You're going to be riding the same deck all the way to infinite. Step 2. Know your deck's strengths and weaknesses. Which deck counters your deck completely, and which deck, if you were to play against them, it's going to be a good day. If I was playing the Destroy deck and I was going up against a junk deck, one that sends goblins or rocks or hoods over to my direction, I know that the Destroy deck directly counters the junk deck, so I can snap. However, if I'm playing a Destroy deck and I'm going up against a Spectrum ongoing deck, that means that it's going to be a rough day and I'm probably going to have to retreat, because the Spectrum ongoing deck tends to play the card called Cosmo, our favorite pup, and the armor card, which prevents Destroy. So you gotta know which decks are good and bad against yours. Step number 3, know your deck's strong and weak location. Marvel Snap is a game of locations, and unfortunately, your deck is not going to be great into all of them. So, you need to know which locations are favorable for yours so you can snap, and which ones are weak so you can get the heckaroni out of there. If I was playing the classic Wong ongoing, White Tiger, now it has the Symbiote Spider-Man in there, and I saw Onslaught's Citadel, or I saw Camartage, I'm probably going to end up snapping if the conditions are favorable. However, if the location nowhere came on my screen while I was playing that deck, it's not an instant retreat, but I'm going to have to play seriously around it and be on the lookout for that opportunity to retreat. Step number 4 is know your snap conditions, or as I like to call them, know your combo cards. Every great competitive Marvel Snap deck has around 3 to 4 cards that synergize so well, you almost don't need any other card in the deck. For example, if I was playing the Silver Surfer deck and I had Brood, Absorbing Man, and Silver Surfer, I'm more than likely going to be snapping, particularly earlier on in the game. If I didn't have those combo cards, it's not like it's an instant retreat. However, I'm going to be playing a little bit more cautiously that time. So if you want to snap much better, make sure you have your combo cards first, that aligned with favorable locations, and go ahead and snap, baby, snap. Know your retreat conditions. If you have no combo cards in your hand, unfavorable locations, and your opponent has an advantage, and you just have a bad feeling about this, as Obi-Wan would say, then you gotta retreat. And there's nothing wrong with that. Retreating actually wins you more cubes in the long run. Now, it's a good day if you've actually lost 5 or 6 times, but you've only lost 1 cube in the balance. It's better to retreat when you're losing 1 or 2 cubes, when instead of you could be losing 4 to 8 cubes. This is Marvel Snap. You're going to be retreating a bunch of times on your road to infinite. Retreat when the conditions are not favorable for you and your deck. Okay, step number 6. Recognize and snap against bots. Bots typically have basic names like Matthew, John, Timothy, Oliver, Susie, Chelsea, and they typically play in a randomized fashion with a non-meta deck. Like, I've played against bots and you're kind of thinking, why would somebody play the card in that location? Now, if those all things check out, you're probably playing against a bot, and here's how to get more cubes from bots. Do your very best to wait for the bot to get ahead by turn 5. It doesn't always happen, but if you can, make sure to do it. At turn 5, typically a bot will aggressively snap. At that moment, you want to play your turn 5. And then on turn 6, when you're like, psh, I got this, then you snap back, and at the end of the game, you collect your 8 cubes. So if you want to reach to infinite, you gotta make sure that you recognize and snap against the bots. And lastly, be patient and set goals. I started this season off at level 73 in the 70s because I hit infinite last season. Realistically, it took me around 4.5 hours to reach infinite. I'm also have all the good cards. I don't have every card because I'm not a super whale, but I have most of the cards at least to get me a good competitive deck. Now, if you are below collection, you're really on the lower collection levels, you don't really have all the Series 5 cards, and you start off the season lower than 73, it's more than likely going to take you longer than 4.5 hours. That's going to be a lot of losses, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and if you need to take breaks, you're probably going to take some breaks. And maybe you're like me and you're an adult and you have a busy life outside of Marvel Snap. Be realistic with your goals, take your time, be patient, and retreat when necessary. Well, there you have it. The steps that I take every season to get to infinite. Look, hitting infinite is quite the accomplishment, and it is not easy at all. If you liked this video and you took these steps to hit infinite, I want to know about it. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section about how you reached infinite, when you reached infinite, and which deck you used to get there. That would just make my heart happy. Also, if you like today's video, please like, subscribe, comment. That really helps me get my content out there and get recognized by more people. As usual, this is Mr. Fox saying, work hard, play hard, and enjoy life. We'll see you in the next video.